Raluca is one of the most amazing person, and she has succeeded. She's originally from Romania, but has succeeded everywhere she's gone. And when I decided to put this event, she was one of the first person I thought of to inspire you, because there has been a lot of limiting challenges in her life where people couldn't be done. And the more they tell her they can't be done, the more she should succeed. So please give, all the way from Paris, Raluca a big round of applause. Wow. That's impressive. You also do consultant for corporates, and you also work with small businesses and individual. What's the difference in mindset between working? Because people usually do one or the other.
So the first difference is that for corporation, they are used to work with consultants and coaches, right? They did that for the entire life. Actually, they are successful because they are seeking for whatever they don't have inside, outside. They are looking for the biggest consultancy firm. They are looking for the best mentor, for the best sponsorship for all of their teams. So this makes a big difference because they are already looking for improvement. When you talk about a small entrepreneur or sometimes a solo entrepreneur, they are starting with this idea that putting money into their business is something that they cannot afford because they start most of the time from zero, and they believe that this is a cost for them and they cannot afford it. So it's much more difficult to do business with small entrepreneurs, especially for somebody like me, which get paid on results. So obviously, if you work with a big corporation and you take 10% of 1 to 10 million that you're saving for them, it's a lot of money. But if you're working with a business that is less than 1 million and you save them 100,000, let's say, obviously that is 10% is nothing, right? So what I'm trying to my small companies is like, you have the opportunity to grow. Growing means not dying. Every single time that I'm looking to a successful, even if it's a small business, it's a successful business, and they say, I'm happy the way I am. I'm just saying, where will you be in 5 years? Have you ever thought of that? Because most of the people that are not investing in their business to grow their business, they will simply not have a business in 5 years.
First of all, thank you so much for doing this. I highly appreciate that. One of my businesses is linked to business optimization, right? So I wanted to ask you, how often do you take business consultants to help you save money and optimize your costs?
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, it's always really important to take stock of the changing landscape because new technology, it's evolving, it's emerging almost on a monthly basis. And as these things are changing in your business, if you're not staying up to date of them and bringing in experts who can actually help your business account for them, you're going to be totally behind the 8 ball. I remember from being in Silicon Valley myself, all of these businesses were based off of the computer, and then all of a sudden the iPhone came out of nowhere, and none of these businesses knew what to do with a consumer base that was now spending 90% of their time on their phones. So if they hadn't brought in consultants and people very knowledgeable about the mobile space, the business would have died. They wouldn't have been able to succeed. So I think it's incredibly important to always be bringing people in who can help optimize your business and accommodate it to the changing landscape.
Yeah, and thank you for that, because the reason I'm saying that is that most of the time businesses that are making a lot of money, they kind of forget about their costs. How often do you see that in your environment?
I see it all the time. Businesses that are successful, they spend so much time patting themselves on the back and saying, great job. What they don't realize is that their competitors are lining up down the road behind them, ready to disrupt them. And in the time that they're patting themselves in the back, they probably have already been disrupted by, new startups and tech entrepreneurs. So it's really important today that businesses, even if they think that things are going amazingly, that's actually the perfect time to be bringing in consultants and folks to help you think through, okay, what could be coming around the corner so that we stay ahead of that long line of competitors and use the success and the money and the advantages.
You are on an amazing journey from beautiful Alaska to the biggest stages on the world. I was curious, what were the critical choices that you made that allowed you or attribute your success to?
Getting very clear about 2 decisions as I was starting out in my career. Did I want to be an artist or did I want to be famous? And what was my life goal? So for me, I chose being an artist over being famous, because I had to make decisions in my business every single day. Some of them would have led to great fame, but I didn't think to great art. For instance, I got offered to do a reality show called The Real World. You guys know that show? think that's what it was called. It was like their first season, and you would have seen a homeless kid break her career on television. My label was very excited, but it isn't how I wanted to be known. And so I turned it down, and it took me 3 years to break. It was a risk, but I felt like it was a break in line with my values of being an artist. Well, thanks. And then the second decision I made was my #1 life priority was to be a whole human. It wasn't to be a musician. And I had to stay true to that. And that meant sacrifices on the artist and business side. I sometimes took years between records because psychologically I had to adjust or get tone in other limbs and really become an expert in advocacy for my own health, for my own emotional wellness. And again, that allowed me to be here at 44 and say, I really am the version of the human I want to be, and I'm continuing to adjust. But I'm not just a famous person. And
now,
that means
next
a lot
up,
to me.
I'm going to bring someone that definitely knows how to enjoy life, be the life of the party, while also being a results-driven success coach. She is all the way from Paris. Please meet Raluca.
Oh, yes.
I have to confess, last time I saw you, it was in November in Los Angeles last year. And before I've met you, I felt that I knew you for a lifetime, right? We have similar ages, but in the 90s, I was dancing on Ice Ice Baby in Bucharest, Romania. This is how global, megastar you were, and everybody feels so close to you. Now, when I see you in Los Angeles and when I hear to you and whatever we just shared with us right now, it's impressive, the level of business and business success that you achieved, much more than the mega star that you, I mean, Vanilla Ice used to be in the 90s. And I get to wonder, what's happening, or what was the key for you to stay on the top for such a long time? Because in the 90s, there were a lot of mega stars that we love them a lot, and now we don't even know if they are alive. We don't know anything about them any longer. And you are on the top of success, not only for a personal life, but also for your business. What is the key?
The key is ambition. You have to stay competitive. You have to understand that success is not going to land in your lap. It's just not going to fall out of the sky. You have to actually make it happen, and you're the captain. So if you understand what I was saying earlier about your purpose and your meaning, once you find a purpose, it's your dream. You chase your dream down. You never really, the greatest thing about life is, I say living the dream is chasing the dream. I never really get the dream because I don't want it, because I would have to stop chasing it. So I want to continue chasing whatever I do. So when I did Ice Ice Baby, I did all this, I said, okay, this is done, but where am I going in my life, you know? It was like a snow globe. It was shaken up, and it's all stirred up. So I had a weekend that lasted about 3 years, and I had to let the snow globe settle to figure out where I am and what is the difference between music and real life. Well, music is entertainment. And the movies and all this, it's artificial, to be honest with you. It's not real. There's a real person in here that has a family. I still have to be a man and raise my kids and you know, pay the bills like a lousy adult and accept responsibility. That's what we have to do. So that's when I realized that, you know what, you gotta put your best foot forward. You gotta figure out where you're going from here. And I figured it out. I found a passion. I never would have predicted it. Like when I was, you know, singing the ninja rap or something, I would have never said, oh, I'm going to be in real estate one day and be very successful doing it. I didn't know that. I stumbled up on it by going, wow, my curiosity. I believe that I don't think you're really born with talent. I think you develop your talent by your interests. And if you're interested in something, don't you think about it more? Like if you're interested in something, you sleep thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it, and that's what happened. I got an interest in renovating homes and building, we call it the American dream because I build my homes in America, but I mean, it's amazing how I can watch the clients who buy my house. I got a letter from one lady. She was from Greece, and she bought one of my properties. She goes, I will never change a thing with this house. You have created my dream. Wow. I'm going to renew my vows with my husband in the backyard, and I am going to watch my kids run up and down these streets, and you have created my dream come true, so thank you. And it made me feel like, wow, all I did was build a house that they really loved, and they go, they won't change a thing about it. And I'm like, that's amazing. So it feels like, you know, it's an amazing accomplishment for me. And when you accomplish something, it does something to you. It gives you an energy to do it again. And that's what 25 years now I've been doing it. I own my own mortgage company. I own my own real estate company. And I have a passion for it. I love it. And you can make money on all ends, but it's not just about the money. You're creating smiles. You're creating happiness. You're creating happy families. You're creating dreams coming true. And that's
Hi,
that's
how are you?
the fulfillment.
Happy to see you.
Hi, nice to see you. Were you here last year?
Of course, this is why I'm back.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I just heard that you will be here, I said I have to come back. Because last year I didn't get to interview you. Wasn't he the high moment of last year mega success?
Oh, stop.
You see, I'm not lying.
Thank you, thank you. You were all just ready to go home at that point.
Charlie, you had your fair share of ups and downs.
Sure.
And what was like keeping you moving and growing out of all these downs, right? Most of the people will just give up.
Pack it in and quit. Well, you know, if you have more ups than downs, you have the experience knowing that you're going to emerge from those low points and re-engage or re-embrace, bigger and better opportunities and things that you're passionate about, and not just always dealing with stuff that you're forced to. You know, just got to have faith in the process, if I feel that if you don't have those lulls, if you don't have those reflective moments to kind of sit with yourself and think about what led you there and what's going to bring you back, then I don't think there's any real perspective or any real.
If I can ask you this question, you are one of the most energetic person I know. One of my businesses is personal energy management or energy leadership, right? So I help people save their time and save their energy so they can put it in something that really matters for them. You are doing so much traveling, so many meetings. You're speaking in so many countries and stages. How do you do to maintain your energy?
A lot of coffee. No, I'm just kidding. Well, yes, sort of a lot of coffee. No, I think you can tell when someone's work energizes them. I feel like a lot of people, they have their work, which kind of depletes them, and then they have their other things they go and do that energizes them, maybe like their family or their hobbies or their friends. But wouldn't it be wonderful if your work could also do that for you, if you could love what you do so much that you get energized? So, I mean, my 3 favorite things in the world are traveling and seeing the world, being on a stage in front of people, and meeting amazing entrepreneurs, especially female entrepreneurs. So on a day like this, I'm getting to do all 3 of those things that I love the most, and I couldn't ask for more. So if you do the things that you love and that energize you, then you don't need to find all of those other outlets to kind of save yourself.
Indeed. And I want to pick up on something that you just said, because a lot of people are working from a place of need. So I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this for my business, I need to do this for my personal life, for my relationship. What you just said is that I want to do that. I'm really looking forward to doing that. So the difference between coming from a place of need versus coming from a place of desire and wanting is a huge thing,
Success
right?
in different areas against all odds. When you all break it down for you, what is the key to success?
Very early in my age, I was lucky enough to discover what coaching, mentoring, advising means. And I was lucky enough to have those sponsors, to have those people that were helping me, and they were so much more successful than me. If you look back into what I put when I started working, I was earning $200 per month. And I put $150 in the first thing that was important for me, which was a DVD at that time from one of the coaches. So you understand that when you put over 75% of what you're earning into people that can teach you more, obviously you grow so much. So to answer easily, it's coaching, and that is changing every single day. There is nothing that says you had enough coaching. No matter where you are in your life, no matter where you are in your business, no matter how much coaching you had so far, we always scale from this level. We cannot see what we are seeing from this level, and so forth. So coaching, there is the main thing that made a difference for me.
By the way, on 5 hours. Give her a big round of applause for Raluca from Paris.
Thank you.